here I am, finally done with this old bathroom remodel. So this bathroom, it was the original bathroom in this old house. I'm not sure how old this home is. I'd say turn of the century, maybe. But it had square nails. And usually I don't run into square nails till pre-1900, but at any rate, it's old. So this was the last room in the house that I had to tear out lath and plaster. Thank heavens. Oh my gosh, if you've never taken off lath and plaster, you need the luxury of doing that. So, and along with that, nothing was square, none of the walls were even, everything had to be straightened, and you know, the prep time just takes so long. So, but anyway, this isn't a very large bathroom, but you can see that there's a lot you can do with a small bathroom. So it's all done with wood that dates back to maybe 1880. The accent wall that you're going to see and the wainscoting is privacy fence. I thought I'd do something a little different this time. So anyway, heck, it looks good. You have to treat it differently. The thickness I found is not the same. It's not consistent. So it had its own challenges, but so does Barnwood. But it turned out nice. So anyway, we'll do a walkabout in this bathroom. I'll point some things out to you. And then through a series of videos, I'm going to show you how I got to this point. So I'll break it down. There will be a video on building the vanity top, another one that's framing for the vanity, another one building the drawers for the vanity. You'll see a kind of a cupboard in here. I didn't show the build on it. It really didn't. I mean, it was just straightforward. So anyway, let's see, the shiplap. The shiplap came out of a old grain storage building, and therefore they had sprayed that shiplap. I don't know what they sprayed it with back in those days, but they sprayed it with something. And this bathroom is not very big, and it took 2 gallons of Kills and 3 gallons of paint. Because whatever that was they sprayed that wood with, it just kept bleeding through, bleeding through, bleeding through. It was a nightmare. But anyway, it turned out nice. So shiplap ceiling, shiplap walls. I wanted everything bold. So like this mirror, we'll look at it closer. In fact, there's going to be a video on building this mirror. But these are 4x4 posts. The accent wall behind me, the posts are the same. I wanted everything to coordinate. And then this backsplash, this is just raw, rough wood. You could just swipe your hand across that backsplash and maybe get a splinter in your finger. It's not gonna snag, you know, like a washcloth or something up against it. But if you just swiped against it, you could snag. So anyway, we went with a copper sink, floating floor, the surround on the tub, and the tub and the toilet are kind of off-white ivory look. The surround we picked out goes well with the Barnwood look. So the accent above around the ceiling is the same as this right here. I wanted those to coordinate. So anyway, and then like throughout the house, I strategically placed mouse holes. You know, when you're tearing these barns down, you get in these grain bins, that bottom board will have mouse and rat holes in it. Well, you know, actually, it looks pretty cool. It's the only time you want a mouse hole in your house. So I put a mouse hole in the bathroom. My wife, she picks up these little mice that sit in front of the mouse hole, and they're kind of cool. So anyway, enough talking. I'm going to grab the camera and we'll just walk around and take a closer look. So there it is. Flip it off, flip it on, you're back to bright lighting. And then you turn it off and back on. And you have just a really nice soft light, easy on your eyes. We love that lighting. Now, when you're sitting here on the commode, you're looking right straight down those lines right there. And everything had to be perfect. You know, there cannot be a crooked line. And that's the same way with these walls. Now the door casing, that's not done. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet there. That's the original old door and old door casing. But it'll be changed somehow. So as long as we're on lighting, let's look at these. So I put sconces on each side of the mirror. Now these are, let me flip one on. Let's see. So that's bright. And then they're on dimmers. So let me flip these overhead lights off. So there you go. There are the sconces on each side. You can turn them clear down, whatever you want to do. And I love them. So there's one on each side of this mirror. So now let's take a look at this vanity. Like I say, the bathroom's so small it's hard to back up far enough, but here's the vanity. It has, of course, 3 doors on each side. The drawers on top, you know, are narrower. They're soft close drawers. And if you've looked at my other videos, I make them exactly the same. I treat the wood the same. This is barn siding. And then right over that edge, the wood on top is all the same wood. That wood is the same wood as that wood, except it's planed off. And it has 2 coats of oil-based polyurethane. Now, pardon the mug of the old dude. I'm trying to figure out who that old guy is. Every time I look in the mirror, there's some old guy looking back at me. I can't figure it out. So anyway, this mirror, look at the depth. Look at the depth in that mirror. I absolutely love this mirror. The reflection gives the impression of just looking into another room. The depth is amazing. So with this bold wood, I wanted bold, you know, bold look. I didn't want screws. I didn't want... So this is put in, those are 1/2-inch bolts. Now those 1/2-inch bolts are cut off, and I drill part way through the wood, put screws in, and then I glue those bolts in the hole. You don't need a big 1/2-inch bolt going through that wall. And so that's what's you know, around that. Now, so moving right along to the window, same thing as that mirror. That window is the same 4x4 wood. Same thing, same look as that mirror. I wanted everything to coordinate. And there again, got your bolts in there. Look at there, there's a square nail. Just left it in. And so those braces across the top, you know, I put the bolts in there. Where are they? There they are. And there again, they're just drilled halfway through. Those bolts, I drill a hole halfway through, and then cut these bolts off, and then glued them in the hole. Now, the difference here is I couldn't get in here with a drill, so I just, these aren't supporting anything. These are just there cosmetically. So I just shot nails in here, nails, because they're not doing anything. Now, these posts, actually none of them are doing anything. They're all cosmetic, but you know, like over in that corner, see here, same thing. Drilled halfway through, about that far, sunk a screw in there, and then glued that cut off bolt in that hole. So this accent wall, this is privacy fence. I've never used privacy fence. I've got it. I thought, well, that'd be a good chance to use it. So it has a good look. It's got nice knots in it. You know, it's rough, gnarly. I used it on the wainscoting also. It has its own challenges because that privacy fence is really inconsistent on the thickness. So you had to really watch that. So it's got this is a floating floor. And there again, you know, you want something that goes with Barnwood. So in true fashion, for the rest of the house, there's a mouse hole. And there's a mouse in front of the mouse hole. We've got them all over the house. And they look pretty good, I think. So, what bathroom would be complete without a towel warmer? Let me tell you something, folks. If you ever get one of those, it'll ruin you. We just bought it off of Amazon. You know, you throw your towel in there, you know, your sweats and t-shirt and undies, throw it all in there. When you get out of the shower, everything is warm. It is wonderful. So, let's see. I don't know what else to tell you. There is the surround around the tub, and I think that is a perfect match for a Barnwood bathroom. And then all of these things, they just came from Menards. Now that I'll decorate it some. I've got so much antique stuff out of these barns. There'll be something hanging around in here, but I don't know what yet. So anyway, so there is a good view. We're looking right down down the bathroom. There's your shiplap ceiling, shiplap walls. You can see the depth of the mirror. Same frame around that window. There's your vanity. And I don't think I showed you this. So here is the cabinet. Goes floor to ceiling. It's kind of narrow. I didn't have a lot of space to put it in there. But it turned out, my wife, she has just kind of started putting stuff in. Get that out of the way. So, you know, double doors. This one, she wanted it for towels and washcloths and that kind of stuff. This one up here, this was done first, so she crammed a bunch of stuff in there. And now that the vanity's done, she'll reorganize. But, you know, it's a narrow space. But it just goes to show you what you can do with a narrow space. See, I doubt that. I mean, you know, look at my hand here. That's how wide that door is. So inside, it seems to me like it's, I think it's maybe 14 by 14 or something in there. I think 15, maybe 15 by 14 or something inside there. All right, so anyway, there it is. There it is. There is a rustic reclaimed bathroom. And you can watch the build. Thank heavens it's done. Time to move on to the next project. So now that you have seen this bathroom, done a walk around, why don't we go out in the shop and start building it? We'll start right from the bottom. I'm not going to show setting the tub, putting in the surround. I'm not going to show that. This is all about building with Barnwood. So anyway, there's a lot of videos out on the YouTube. You can see how to do that. So anyway, this is it. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's go build.